Chair Pilates class today. My name is Robin and I'm from YWCA Hamilton. We require you to have a nice comfortable space, clear space, preferably a chair that's sturdy with no wheels. Your option is to bring a towel or a pillow with you for our class today, and shoes are optional. So you can have bare feet or you can have shoes, and we're going to begin our class. So please remember to work at your own pace. Do what feels comfortable. Standing beside your chair so it's available for balance would be great. And we want to think about our posture and our alignment. That's what Pilates is all about, is posture, alignment, and creating space within our center. So if we could stand with our feet nice and comfortable, knees are a little bit apart, so preferably underneath the hip bones. Chair is beside you for balance, and if you need to sit, please do. We will be sitting shortly. And let's create some energy or some support in our center. So let's take our muscles that run from our hip bones to our rib cage and see if we can feel them pulling in. So if you kind of tuck your tummy in and a little bit of a seat squeeze, you'll feel some support there and some lifting going on in your center. I'm going to hold on to my chair for balance. That's your choice if you would like to do that, or if you're comfortable with your arms beside you. And then we're just going to start with a very small, very tiny little lean in our ankles and our feet, just to create some awareness of where our head is centered over top of our body. And thinking about our shoulders pulled wide, our hips feeling nice and centered, and what do we feel in our legs. If you're doing this from seated, you're pushing your feet into the floor and you're doing a little bit of a lean in the hip joints. So everybody's aware of their core muscles staying nice and strong. We're thinking about our low back muscles staying nice and open. And we're going to get ready to do 2 more little leans forward and back, noticing how small this is. And then we're going to pause and we're going to relax. So just shake your arms and relax your legs and release your shoulders. Fantastic. All right, so let's step back a little bit so the chair is just a little bit to the front of us, and let's put a hand on or behind the chair for support. Try not to grip it, and we're just going to take a little bit of a heel lift off the floor, and we're going to relax toe ball heel down. So tighten your tummy, pull your heel a little bit up, and place it back down. So our chair is a piece of equipment today. We do want to think about how broad the shoulders are, how strong our core muscles are, and where our head is positioned. So is your chin pulled gently back, and is the top of your head reaching towards the ceiling? Let's do 1 more on this leg, and then relax and shake it out, and we're going to transfer to the other side. So on the second side, same positioning, hand beside the chair, roll those shoulders back, and strong muscles in your center. So we're going to pull our foot off the floor and down. So we might notice on side 2, perhaps our motion is a little more comfortable, or the opposite. We could have a little more challenge because of how we're holding the chair and what strength we're feeling in our center. So drop the tailbone, hold the head high, activate your center. We're going to do 4 more, and we're going to get to the chair after that. If you're seated, your knee lift is very small. Excellent. 2 more on either leg. So here's 1 on one leg, and here's number 2 on the second one, and we're going to relax and again shake everything out. So a little bit of arm shaking, wrist shaking, releasing helps to relieve upper body tension and tightness. So let's have a seat on our chairs. So travel to the front, make sure you know where your chair is before you sit down, and we want to be sitting to the front of our chair. So if I was showing you from the side, most of my leg is off the chair. So I'm going to encourage you to do the same thing. And we want to make sure that our feet can touch the floor. So our toes and our ankles and our knees are all in the same straight line. Let's double check that we don't have a leg falling inward or rolling outward. So just do a quick check for yourself. Equal space from toes to heel. equal space across the knees, and we're sitting up nice and tall, and we're zippering up our muscles. So if we had a shirt with a zipper, we'd zipper up and hold ourselves nice and strong. So our hands are resting for now on the top of the legs, and we want to roll those elbows in and just give your neck a nice little release, nice and relaxed, so your head is sitting on top of your spine, nice and comfortable. And then from here, we're going to slide our hands on our legs, and we're going to slide them back. So feeling friction, like you're ironing the top of your thighs, and then slide back. So shoulder blades are a very strong part of our posture. Let's pull our shoulder blades apart and squeeze our shoulder blades gently together. In Pilates, we need to remember that gentle movement is key. Small and gentle to start, and then as your muscles get stronger, you'll be able to work a little bit harder. Let's try 4 more slides on top of the thigh. Ironing out the top of the leg, pulling it back. And if you're tired, feel free to take a break. Some people will feel, we've got 2 more, some people will feel that their low back and mid back muscles tire more quickly than they expect. So hold right here. Notice if you feel pulling up and in your center, and what you feel across the small of the back. Then the next one we're going to do is we're going to do a leg slide forward. So if you're on carpet, you may have to take your shoe off and use your sock, or you may have to just lift your heel a little bit first. So we're going to lift our heel slightly and then slide with a little bit of friction forward and bring that foot back. Try the other leg. Raise the heel, slide it forward, and slide it on back. So keep alternating one side, then the other side. Let's remember our toes are reaching long, our core muscles are pulling up nice and tall, our chin is gently pulled back, and I'm going to encourage you to push a little bit more on the top of your legs. You're creating effort as you are pushing down with your arms so that you feel more work in the middle of your spine and in the middle of your back. Let's do 3 more on each leg. Take a break if your body needs it. Exhale and inhale. So out through your mouth and in through your nose if you're able. Exhale and inhale. 1 more on either side. Pressing and pulling, and 1 last one, and pull and pause. So if you're feeling tired, look down at your knees and just relax backwards. If you're feeling nice and strong and feeling connected in your center, try to push your toes into the floor. Do what your body is comfortable with. So if you haven't been doing postural-based exercises, then we certainly may need to pause and take a break at some point, and that's okay. We'd rather you do 2 or 3 minutes and then build up to doing 15 or 20 minutes. All right, we're gonna pause right here, and we had a cushion or towel available, so let's bring that into action here. So again, we're still seated comfortably on our chair. There's quite a bit of space between the chair and your knee, and we're gonna put our cushion in between the knees and gently bring those legs together. So you are pressing against the cushion. So if you have degenerative hip or lower back conditions and that feels crampy or really tight, take the cushion out, okay? We want to make sure this feels comfortable. It should not feel like there's pressure in the knee, but there should be activity up your leg towards your pelvis and across the small of the back. So while we hold on to that cushion, we're going to roll our shoulders comfortably back, and then we're going to do individual shoulder rolls. So for some of us, an individual roll is really challenging for the neck and the mid-spine, so keep it smaller. The other trick we want to do is we want to push our shoulders a bit wider. And if this is feeling good for you, let your arms hang down beside you so you have a little more weight to lift up and roll back with those shoulders. Thinking about your cushion, how tight are you holding it? Are you able to keep that cushion still? And do you feel activity on the inside of your legs and across the small of your back? Beautiful job. All right, one more shoulder roll per shoulder. And then press your hands down. So our palms are forward. And we're going to bend our elbows towards our shoulders and push our hands back. So while we're doing this, folks, let's try and lean from our chest and pull back. Keep it very, very small. Little tiny bit of a lean and back. We really want to extend and lift our chest. Our abdominals are pulled up and in. So it feels like your belly button is holding onto a grape. Your chin is not sliding, so our eyesight looks down and then it becomes level again. Look at the floor way out in front of you and then look up. Really important to feel mid-back muscles working, to feel the back of the arms working, and yes, you'll feel this across the small of the back and potentially from the shoulders to the back of the ears. All those muscles are working to pull you back to your upright seated position. Okay, let's do our last three. Exhale and inhale. Here's two. And up. And one more. Press back and lift and relax those arms and shoulders. Fabulous job. So we're going to take our cushion and we're just going to rest it on the legs so our hands are a little bit higher. If you're feeling fatigue and you need to sit at the very back of your chair, you're welcome to do so. If you're feeling okay to stay forward, then let's stay forward. So our hands are resting on top of our legs or cushion. So if you don't have a wide cushion, you could rest your hands on your thighs. So from here, I gotta move a little more forward. There we go. We're gonna take one hand up and back towards the back of our body as if we're gonna touch the wall with our wrist and our elbow, and we're gonna push down. Switch sides, pull back and press down. So we're gonna feel an opening in our chest, an opening in our shoulders, and work across the middle of the back. With that, we're also holding our waistline up, and we're feeling active through the waistline all the way around the body. So it's really important that we feel support there and not a pinching sensation. You want to feel your muscles pulling inward, kind of like tightening up a drawstring or a belt. Fabulous. All right, so thinking about your arm pulling to the side, not going too high right now with that hand. Not everybody's able to get their hand above their shoulder. So it's the elbow coming to the side of the body that's more important. Fabulous. All right, here's our last one with this arm. Bring that hand on down and just tuck your chin a little to look at the top of your legs. And then from the back of your head, lift your head back up, raise your chin, but feel like someone's pushing your nose back a little. Let's tuck our chin, look down, not making it too tight, and then lift from the back of the head and feel like someone's pushing your nose. So try 3 more. If this makes you dizzy, don't do it. If it feels really tight in your neck, take a break. Sometimes neck movement is a little more difficult than we realize, and there will also be some of us who are feeling this from our head down to the back of our seat. All right, let's pause there. So give those shoulders a nice little release, give your head a nice little release, let it tip a little bit from side to side, and I'm going to encourage you as you tip your head a little bit, keep it small, to allow your shoulder a chance to move. So we don't normally want to lift our shoulder when we do our neck stretch. We want to feel movement right now across the middle of the upper back. Very small and very gentle. Excellent. Make sure you're breathing. And let's do one more from one side and come back up and pause. Okay, folks. We're going to take our cushion, we're going to hold on to it so it's upright, And if you have a very wide cushion, that's great for if you have mid-back or shoulder fatigue, it's great. If you have a narrower cushion and it's creating tension in your chest, then feel free to put it down and just hold your arms out to the side. So we're gonna do our leg push forward and down, sliding forward, and we're gonna slide it back again with abdominal control. We're gonna slide our leg forward, and we're gonna slide it on back. We're gonna slide that leg forward, and we're gonna slide it on back. And we're gonna try about 3 more of those. Think about your back. Are you holding it up nice and tall? Are those core muscles nice and strong? And we're gonna do our next one. We're gonna leave our leg out there. So pull those tummy muscles in, bring your hands or cushion against you, and lean back just a tiny, tiny bit. And pull back up. Let's do that again. Breathe out and breathe in. Hold on to the cushion, pull those elbows back, press against your belly if you don't have a cushion, and we're gonna switch legs. So here goes leg 2. Slide it on out. Open that hip, feel nice and relaxed. Little bit of press against the body or elbows tucked in, and we're going to lean and we're going to pull up. So some of us may be feeling shaking happening in our center. That's normal. That's a natural sensation of when our muscles are being challenged, but there should be no discomfort. Let's pause here and slide that leg in, woo, and put that cushion down. Fantastic. Let's put our cushion at the back of our body now and move our rear end backwards. If you can do it without using your hands, that would be great. So all the way to the back of your chair, and you want that cushion to support the small of your back. Our feet are pressing comfortably into the floor. And if you are comfortable with your ankle movement, let's see if we can push on our toes and lift our heels. And then press those feet down. If you don't have good ankle movement or your feet are a little bit crampy or uncomfortable, create this movement with your wrists. You can also do both joints at the same time. So you can do both your wrists and your ankles and down. Noticing for us how tall and centered we are, focusing on your exhale and your inhale. And we're gonna do 3 more lifts. Here's 2 more lifts. 1 more lift and let it go down and relax those arms. Shake those arms out. Well done, folks. So let's end by taking our fingers and pushing our fingers out and open and pull your elbows back. Press your fingers away and pull back. So your fingers go out quickly, your arms go out and back slowly. Quick fingers, slow arms, strong mid-back. Quick fingers and pull. Belly muscles squeeze. Mid-back muscles squeeze. Head reaching to the ceiling. Big, strong breaths. Let's do 5 more. Exhale, inhale, 4. Breathe in, breathe out. 3. Pull on back. Here's 2. Pull on back. 1 more.